Hello to my dear friends and fellow souls. I am here to do a reading on messages from Mother Earth, from Mother Nature. We're going to be looking at a number of different oracle cards and tarot cards in order to get your messages through. And then after that, we will take a look at some channeled messages that I have here for each pile that I channeled before the reading as well. So you will see 4 images on your screen. And you are able to pick from 1 through 4. So we would have 1, 2-ish, 3, and 4. I'm sure that my fingers are kind of like off in this because I'll be adding those afterwards. But I do have the images picked out already. So please take a moment to look at the different images and decide which one resonates with you most or which one you feel most called to. And then I will see you in the corresponding pile. Thank you and bye-bye for now. All right, hello to my dear friends and fellow souls in pile number 1. If you chose the image on your screen right now, then this will be your pile for your messages from Mother Nature. To get started, and we already have one popping out here. To get started, I'm going to pull us a couple of these Mystical Shaman Pocket Oracle cards. Right. Luminous Warrior. Okay, so let's get these sorted out for you somewhere nice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to specifically look for a few messages in the book on each of these, because I feel like some of the specific messages there are relevant for this pile. Okay, so for pile number 1, I'm going to be reading a few of these cards, just the essence of each of these for you, just to get a taste of your messages for the beginning of this reading here. So, the essence of the medicine wheel. The medicine wheel is a sacred hoop with the 4 cardinal directions well marked. It represents the cycle of life, the cycles of nature, and the circular pattern of our cosmos. It has been used for millennia in indigenous cultures to bring harmony and well-being to the village. Its directions symbolize the 4 steps the shaman takes to become a person of power and wisdom. And for the middle world? The middle world is the realm of day-to-day reality and the playground of the living. It is the present moment where everything is happening, yet the middle world is created by the future, not only the past, and it is a mirror of the invisible realms. When things are right in the middle world, heaven and earth support everything. When they are not right, heaven and earth must be brought into order as well. And then for the Luminous Warrior. The Luminous Warrior has no enemies in this world or the next. He is impeccable in word and deed. He focuses on his light rather than on what hides in the dark. Since he casts no shadow, he is as radiant as the sun and can transform his most terrible enemy into his ally. His power comes not from the sword, but from speaking his truth at all costs. All right, and with these to begin with, I will go ahead and get into the tarot portion of the reading. I'm not going to personally interpret it until we see the tarot cards because there's such a wealth of different things that may be possible out of this, and it would end up taking about an hour to go through each, which I would certainly not mind doing, but I would rather get a little bit more clarification here. So, messages from Mother Earth. I'm starting with the Aleister Crowley Tarot here. Messages from Mother Nature. Gaia, Pachamama. Alright. We have the Queen of Swords. Let me make sure these are actually straight. There we go. We have the Prince of Cups. We have the Princess of Discs in reverse. Give me just a moment to meditate on this here and try to get some of these beginning messages in. So The messages that I think I'm getting from this, yes, let's save this for the next part of this, and I'll use that as the jumping off point. The messages that I'm getting for this is a pretty specific message, actually. I'm getting this is for someone who has some kind of like feminine trait, whether you were, I guess, assigned female at birth, or if you have feminine traits that you don't necessarily want to play up. Like, I'm getting the vibe of someone who is either transgender or someone who is in some way, shape, or form more of like a tomboy, for lack of a better word. And that's the first vibe I'm getting. I'm getting also on the less specific message, which both have the same general message, but the less specific one would be basically someone who is not necessarily wanting to be super vivacious, not really wanting to pull people into them, not really wanting to be like overly romantic, not wanting to do a lot of the more like sensory, like what's the word I'm looking for? Because we got the Princess of Discs and the Prince of Cups in reverse here, and the Queen of Swords. And so I'm seeing sort of like someone saying no to like the spirit, vivacity, and like just the go-get-it attitude, like the inspiration of the Princess of Discs, like not necessarily being like an extroverted type of person. And then I'm also getting not necessarily wanting to be too involved in like romance, or being too involved maybe in like spiritual aspects as well, because our water stuff will represent spirit here. So this Queen of Swords, this message from Mother Earth for either party is saying it is okay to cut off parts of yourself that you do not want anymore. Like as this head is being held in the background. Like whether this is for someone who's transgender, because this could also be, we also have a prince and a princess, so it could be in either direction. I think Mother Earth is trying to remind you that sexuality is a fluid thing, and it's something that we are, or I said sexuality, I'm referring to gender actually, but sexuality and gender, rather. I said that accidentally, but that might be a message for someone as well. That's how these channeling things end up working out a lot of the time. Sexuality and gender are a fluid thing, and it is natural to want things that let me try to process this message a bit more for 1 second. It is natural to want things to change if they don't suit your current needs. Because realistically speaking, I can't speak about the transgender issue in terms of gender because I am agender and I don't necessarily identify with either of those concerns, but I can still experience dysphoria and stuff like that. I mean, pretty often I do experience dysphoria, but I tend to move past it pretty quickly because, again, it's something that I don't even want to be concerned with, so why bother being concerned with it, right? But for those of us who are concerned with that kind of a thing, or who are concerned with basically just shedding some kind of label, perhaps, that you don't really want to be applied to you, or dealing with the fact that you might be like a more stoic, less likely to talk to other people, really to the point kind of person, instead of wanting to be like this flowery or like really kind person. Mother Nature is telling you that all of this is okay. It is okay, I am hearing. You may need to go into your own personal history a little bit to try to figure out where these things might be coming from. Like, are your passions and intentions aligned? Do you have the ability to manifest your own, how am I trying to describe this? This reading is very hard to get a hold of because I'm getting big concepts thrown at me and I don't necessarily have the words for them. So thank you so much for your patience. But what can you free yourself from? What do you hope for the future? So on and so forth within the medicine wheel here. Just remember to take a step back out and look at what you are becoming is also a message as well. But it's almost like someone who doesn't want to concern themselves with either anything other than the mundane or specifically like doesn't want to concern themselves with the mundane in a way. So just remember that as this Luminous Warrior card is coming out, you are still someone who is very important, wherever it is that you are from, whatever it is that you do. You are someone who is very important, and the earth itself sees you that way. We are all very important, obviously. Just trying to adjust these as I talk, but when it comes to our expression and when it comes to who we want to be, the earth wouldn't necessarily want to put a limiter on that. The Mother Earth is here with a message basically to say whatever it is that you need to cut out of your life in order to become your most authentic self, please don't feel like you need to avoid that because it's not natural. Please don't feel like whatever it is that you do that's out of the norm per se, whatever it is you do that's out of the norm, please don't feel like that is something that is unnatural, because all things are possible within nature, she's saying. Like, all things are possible within nature. It's how everyone got here in the first place. So recognize that, like, I am limitless. You are limitless. And that counts both as a message and a message for me as well, because, I mean, if I'm saying it for you, then it's probably the same for everybody else, right? Yeah. So for the other message that we got here as well, we also got the Ace of Discs. And in fact, I'm going to... Let me see how I can... Oh no, my cream stole. I'll put it back as best as I possibly can. It might be a little out of... I can fix it for the next one if need be. Alright, I'll put the medicine wheel on top here, so we can keep that while we look at our tarot cards. Yeah, so whatever it is that you are trying to let go of here, whether it's just like a more friendly and upbeat and extroverted attitude, don't feel obligated to fall into societal obligations. Don't feel obligated to fall into the societal norms of these sorts of things, because you will find that your new opportunity here is actually one of being able to express yourself in a way that matters to you. And it also comes with a lot more security at the end of it, because you are actually, yeah, the Ace of Cups in the back of the deck as well. You're building a relationship with yourself in a way that will allow for you to hopefully have the best experience you can with this thing we call, generally call the human form. For those of us who are doing the transgender stuff in this. I don't know, maybe if any aliens are listening, maybe not human form. I'm always like trying so hard to be careful with the certain things that I say, even to a fault in some of these readings. So when I say humans, I often just mean just about anybody. So just to be fair, just in case, maybe, I don't know, maybe people from the future have met aliens and they're watching this reading. That'd be so cool. Hi, I'm sorry I'm in the past, but it would have been so cool to meet you guys. Anyways, let's see here. All right. Some other messages. Your nightmares about lack. There are some nightmares you have about lacking certain things. Or you have... Oh, I'm also hearing some of us in this pile have also experienced lack in like a familial situation. Yeah. Either... I didn't mean to say a familial situation, but... I mean, well, I kind of did. What I mean is some of us have... I definitely got a big message of people who were lacking a lot of certain things in their childhood. And for that, I am very sorry. I wish I could give you a big hug. Recognize that even just going out into the earth, like, that is such a healing thing. And it always was for me. I said it I went a little bit deeper in another reading into how that made me feel just walking into the woods. But basically, it saved my life. Just walking around and feeling all that, feeling like the fresh grass, feeling the bark of trees, things like that. These sorts of things can be nourishing in a way that we would want to see from a parent that wasn't able to give us that love. So if you do have that kind of a situation going on, then first of all, I apologize. I am 100% empathetic to you in this situation. And not only am I willing to hold your hand spiritually, but Mother Earth as well, Mother Nature is calling out to you. And there's even birds chirping. I don't know if you can actually hear that in the recording. We'll find out later. But birds just started chirping immediately. Like, it just reminds me of a sad, like, call your mother kind of a thing. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee really quick. But yeah, definitely a message about that. And I will pull out more about that in particular. Or as well in relation to these messages about nightmares of loss in general. So I apologize for another specific message there that probably meant to reach someone because it just overtook me all of a sudden. All of this sudden. I like these guys. Okay. What do we have? This is the Strength card. Let's see here. What messages do we have here? All right. Yeah, this is actually a beautiful message here. So with strength, this is the strength card. It's called Lust in this deck. We have the Four of Discs, which is usually about security and stability. It can mean holding on too tight, but with the Eight of Swords in reversed and the Eight of Cups in reversed, it seems like you have like a good balance of holding on to or letting go certain things. Some of us might have some stuff that's very deeply buried, I will say as well. But I think that's a little bit less likely in this context. Because Mother Nature is telling you that you have a power now that you didn't have earlier. You have a strength now that you didn't have earlier. Whenever either these nightmares begin to take root, or whenever it is that these things happened in your past, you've been given a power that allows for you to recognize when you're stuck in a situation, or when you want to stay in a situation, or whether you want to leave a situation, as well as trying to navigate how difficult a lot of social situations can be. You've gained a lot of strength in that. Just in the sense of, if you have been through some serious neglect in your childhood or something along those lines, you have so much strength that you don't even know is there. 100%. You have so much strength that you have no clue is buried in there. Or maybe you have like an inkling of that, but let me tell you from personal experience, peeling back those layers and finding actually how deep that rabbit hole can go of power that you might have available to you. It's like a fortress. It's like an effing fortress. And this is what Mother Earth, Mama Gaia, whoever you want to call her, this is what Mother Nature wants to tell you, is that you have this safety. You have the safety of this fortress within you right now, and all of this strength, not only to master your impulses and master those possibly of the people around you, but also to reignite hope in yourself and in the world. Because you see here, this blue flame that she's holding up turns into like, oh, it doesn't turn into the sun. I'm seeing her as like lighting up the sun with all the sun imagery around her. And you have a lot of inner power that you might not even be fully aware of, but you have power. You have power is what, Mother Nature is saying there. Another accidental knock on the thing for confirmation. Knock, knock, your power is coming back. Yeah, and for some of you, this might be a bit of a tower moment, or this might be in relation to a really difficult moment in your life. But you will be finding a lot of happiness in your future as well. I'm going to move on to the other deck to get a little bit more about some of these messages, if it comes through in that way, I should say. And we're also going to use the Illuminated Tarot in these readings. I am allowing for repeated piles in this particular reading. I don't always do the same piles for every reading, but this one I wanted to just get down to brass tacks with just a few decks here. All right, so yeah, there's going to be big messages about happiness coming in for you. Big messages about happiness coming in for you. Sorry about the knock again, but sometimes it's just confirmation again. Hate to say that all the time. And half of the time it's a joke and half the time it's not. So I've pre-shuffled this deck. Let's see, what else do you want me to do here to get this? All right, that sounds good. Okay. All right. Messages from Mother Nature. What else do we have to say? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this might be more information about this tower moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle these over so we can try to focus on this. Because I feel like if you're not here for a particular trauma or something, you may actually want to sneak over to another pile unless you're willing to do that shadow work, if you will. But there's definitely going to be talking about some kind of difficult situation in the past. So just keep that in mind. I don't think I'm hearing no, yeah. She's not trying to warn you about anything coming up in the future necessarily. So there was some kind of strife going on with somebody in your life one way or another. And it was a really difficult, it was a difficult thing. You were constantly in hypervigilance mode. I would say this was what was this like? What did you see, Mother Nature? Okay, I've got these two. Yeah, death coming through, and the 9 of Pentacles. And that's a lot of going inwards and doing the work. And then we have the spiral here as well, which is really relevant to a lot of these things. So I'll put these guys like that for now. I hope that these are lined up as best as they can be. I'm probably not going to get it perfect, but still. Anyways, you didn't come here to hear me freaking apologize. I'm just going to sneak into the book really quick here to see if there's another message, because I'm seeing, yeah, this is the Hermit as well. Okay, so we have the Death card, and we have the 9 of Pentacles or the Hermit, and this is specifically on the thing. There's a message in there for you about self-care. Now, the 9 of Pentacles often ends up being about like that quiet solitude that you can find in a flow state where you're just working on something, and if you've never experienced a flow state before, that's a state that artists get in where they kind of just don't notice the time passing, and all of a sudden it's like you can create in such a way where it just flows naturally. That's why it's called the flow state, obviously. But yeah, there was a lot of endings and beginnings for a lot of different things, and you probably spent a lot of time in solitude, and Mother Nature wants you to know that she spent that time with you, whether you knew it or not. Like the earth is reminding you that it has been here the whole time, basically. And also that you're about to have a new beginning with the Fool here. Like the times where you've experienced a lot of endings and beginnings, such as like moving between a lot of different houses, maybe moving between a lot of different families in a foster care or something along those lines, or just a lot of endings and beginnings in your life because you've just lived a long life and you're a very wise person, but with a lot of burdens. Whatever it is, all these endings and beginnings are, which could be any number of things. I'm not here to cut anything out necessarily. They are starting to feel like an actual new beginning very soon, is what Mother Nature is saying. Like I'm hearing, she says you've been going through like a cycle of like fall to winter with a fall spring, back to fall to winter to a fall spring. And for some people I'm hearing as well, you might like that, but it wouldn't be great for your crops. And I'm being called the 10 of Cups. Like you're moving into a phase where you can have the real spring, you can have the real summer, and you can start to grow and harvest and all these other things. You can really kind of do your work that you need to do, and then step back and look at the garden and be like, okay, yeah, I could put a little bit more corn in there, or I could do a little bit more harvesting in my life, or I could fit an orange tree in here, and like try to look towards more prosperity if we're looking at, orange. Tangerine. I was just thinking about random things, but I still remember some of my herbalism knowledge back in the day. I still got it, kiddos. Anyways, Mother Earth is maybe that was a message from Mother Nature. That would definitely be a big one. That's a big one. I got possessed, basically, I'm being told to say. But I was just joshing around. But anyways, you have some really incredible new beginnings, and I'm even feeling the energy start to change in this pile. So I'm really hoping that this message finds you well, because even if it doesn't, it's going to hopefully leave you better. Because from the moment of this reading, I'm hearing from the moment that you either finish this reading, whenever you walk away, your life is going to start to begin to change. Like the wheel that has always had you at the bottom is going to start to back to where you are going to be at the top. And we have the Tower on the back of the deck as well to confirm it. It might be a little bit, especially we have like the 6 of Wands here, which is pretty funny. Oh no, this is the 6 of Wands. Okay, so the 6 of Wands is indicated as the Tower in this deck, but that also represents victory as well. So you are overcoming something, this new beginning, whatever it is that you were working on, whether you're doing the actual work to get through all the stuff that you went through previously and then stepping back, or you're just working on some new beginnings and stuff where you've been tussling and working with other people and basically like tug of warring, I'm hearing. You will begin to see an end to this kind of stuff sooner than you may think. And as I said, the second you leave this reading, it's going to start ticking, and I literally did 4 ticks, and there's 4 of these. So I don't know what else you want me to tell you. There is victory coming in. There is victory coming in. Victory over your strife, victory over so much in your life that you may have, I'm going to keep the 10 of Cups at the top of this to remind us of the cycle that we're moving on top of. We got the Tower twice here. It's definitely talking about a major change. I'm hearing, and I'll put the medicine wheel on top of that. I'm 100% hearing that that, if I can get my bearings on it again, with the 2 towers, the 2 tower cards. Yeah, with the same intent that things were bad, with the same intensity, I would say, with the, sorry for the pop on the mic, with the same intensity that things were bad, they are about to get good, is what I'm hearing from Mother Nature. And that's a really positive thing that I think overall is coming through for you. You're really, and here we go. Pile number 1, I am so excited because I forgot everything that I wrote on these for my channeled messages at the end here. In fact, since we're doing our channeled messages, and I think I'm going to leave this pile here after the channeled messages. Maybe just to pull out like one more card or something like that. Okay. I was just trying to see if I wanted to pull out a different deck, but that deck said no, thank you, so I'm not doing that. So for my channeled messages here, and I'm so surprised that I managed to, the whole reading is correlating to this entire thing. I wrote down long journey, pilgrimage, healing / stopping the hurt, more fiber, and beavers, because I was thinking about beavers and how they build dams and how they like chew through the wood and stuff like that. And it came up with when I was looking up the significance of beavers and this kind of spiritual setup, I found determination, hard work, creativity, and teamwork. And then I wrote teamwork makes the dream work, like as a message from Mother Nature. And then also shedding old skin. So yeah, these are a lot of the messages, and these are a lot of the things that are going to be coming in. She recognizes that you've been on this very long journey, almost like a pilgrimage in search of yourself. And it is time for you to begin healing. It is time for the hurt to start stopping. I was getting the imagery of like moss being put onto a wound for that particular one. So you may want to look into some very gentle healing techniques, even if that's just listening to like, or watching some Reiki videos on YouTube. Some of you might be interested in like light healing and Reiki along those lines, because it can really truly help to heal your emotional body in ways that I don't know how to describe. I don't know how it works. I am not a Reiki practitioner. And I don't know if everyone believes in that, but holy crap, it's actually pretty cool. Some of us might be also interested in acupuncture to see if it can help with various issues as well. Like everything from issues with joints to issues with like your bloating along those lines, issues sleeping. Acupuncture is actually surprisingly useful. That is kind of expensive though. So the Reiki videos you can just watch online, I'm hearing. So it's only for the few people. If you do have enough money for acupuncture, then hit me up in the personal reading stuff. I'm kidding. But if you do want a personal reading, I do have those available. If you got acupuncture money, do you mind dropping me a coffee? Kind of a feeling. Anyways, so with all this, with Mother Earth, Mother Nature recognizing this long journey you've been on, wanting you to stop the hurt, she's also reminding you that it's going to be a time of shedding old skin and moving on to a new phase of your life. And she's going to be with you the whole way. This is a rebirth process, and the Pachamama card specifically, that was for this whole reading, talks a lot about, here's one that just popped out. Yeah, and it's going to happen very quickly again, and it can slow down. Like, she's a loving mother again. Like, if you need things to slow down, if things get like, whoa, I'm not feeling so good, you can always go outside and ground. And I'm also hearing for some of you, this won't come quickly because it's going to take a lot of work and stepping back before you start to see yourself tick up. But do recognize that each time you are slowly ticking up on that wheel towards the top, towards that Six of Wands and the Six of Discs as well, with success. Anything else? Nope, I'm hearing nope. All right then, with that, I will close out your reading and put all these cards off to the side. I want to thank you for being here with me during this reading. I really appreciate your time and I appreciate you listening. I hope that these messages were helpful. I really enjoyed being able to go through this with you and reading the channeled messages and having them relate so much to the message. I really do empathize with your hurt, pile number 1, if you have been through some serious hurt. I have been through some serious hurt myself, and there are some resources if you need to talk to someone down in the description below. I'm going to try to keep that going for the majority of my videos because I just find that that seems to be one of the better ones to be able to use. Those 3 resources, and one of the better options to be able to use, I guess. I don't know, I said that weird, it doesn't matter. Anyways, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time. And if you'd like to leave a comment or tell me how this reading helped you in any way, or suggest any readings, I am always open to that in the comments, and you're always welcome to leave a like or subscribe as well. Thank you again, and I'll see you another time. Bye bye. All right, hello my dear pile number 2s. If you chose this image that is currently on your screen, then this will be your reading today from Messages from Mother Nature. You have to excuse me if I cough or if I get a weird bug in my throat, because I have a bit of an allergy thing going on right now with all the rain I've been having. So to begin your reading with the messages we're going to start out with, I will leave your channeled messages that I have off to the side here. I have all of them off to the side, actually. So maybe some of you are here for multiple piles, and if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. You can get all the messages you want from Mother Nature. I'm hearing, but I have your channeled messages off to the side here. Ooh, that's a lot of cards. Do you want me to take these? Okay. Yep, I will be taking these. I'm listening to some music, and as soon as the Ancient Ones popped up, I heard a drum beat go, bum, bum. And I was just like, okay, yeah, okay, I'll take it. We got Luminous Warrior out again. That was in the first pile, so another confirmation. If you are called to more than one pile, you're more than welcome to hang out. All right. And the Wild Woman. This, I don't think I'm going to go into the book for this at the moment, because I'm actually pretty familiar with most of these. Actually, you know what? Let me at least do that for the Ancient Ones. I'll do that. I'll do it since I've done it for every pile. I was trying to pull 3 out, but we got 7, and that's okay too. That's okay too. I say manically. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna go ahead and read these ones for you. The top 3 there, but the bottom 4, I think I'm going to give like a generalized message because they're all kind of giving me a similar energy here. If I can just get you your page. So we have the Ancient Ones. Hold on, my fingies are stuck in the book. I'm gonna point this out. Fingies. We have the Ancient Ones, the Wild Woman, and the Luminous Warrior. And one of the biggest messages that I am getting is about the dance of life here, and about how you can rejoin this dance of light. Like, I'm hearing your fire, the fire that you dance around, the fire of your soul, can burn so bright that it is as if you cast no shadow. So I will read the essence for the top 3 cards here. The Ancient Ones are the shamans of old who defeated death and escaped from the tyranny of time. The Ancient Ones once walked the earth like us, in flesh and bone. Now they reside in infinity and can counsel us after we say yes to our calling. They are available to help us attain our full realization. You know what? I'm going to read for the Coyote too. So I'm going to do that one. Let me get to Wild Woman. Some of you might be listening to the video, the drums that I have added in here. No, I haven't really added them. In the description, I do have the music available, and in the comments, I'm going to post a video that will have the music playing. So some of you might want to open that up or have music playing in the background, and it's very, very nice. All of a sudden the drum beats came to me. So, when the Wild Woman dances into your reading, she reminds you of the essence of authenticity and freedom. Divested of all social constraints and cultural conformity, the Wild Woman holds up a mirror to your essential self, the true essence of who you are and who you're meant to become. She is a reminder of the bright light within each of us that gets dimmed by the restrictions imposed upon us by the expectations of society. She reminds us that in order to be fully present to life, we must uncover that light and let it shine brightly, regardless of the perceived consequences. And then for the Luminous Warrior, if you already hear from pile number 1, I'm sorry. The Luminous Warrior has no enemies in this world or the next. He is impeccable in word and deed. He focuses on his light rather than on what hides in the dark. Since he casts no shadow, he is as radiant as the sun and can transform his most terrible enemy into his ally. His power comes not from the sword, but from speaking his truth at all costs. And then for the Coyote, finally. The Coyote is the symbol of this sacred trickster, the one who provides detours for growth and understanding by ensuring that things don't go as planned. The Coyote, oh gosh. Yeah, all of these mistakes, if you actually stuck it out like that, then you didn't get trickstered away. Because, oh my gosh, and all the cards coming out. Sorry, I haven't read this one yet. That's why I had to do that. I thought I was familiar with it, but I wasn't, and I realized because I looked at it further, and I'm like, no, I don't think I've seen this one before. Anyways, the Coyote brings the energy of divine deception to set you free from the shackles of that which didn't serve you, or doesn't serve you. Sometimes it appears that you will get everything you want, only to find that Coyote brings you the opposite of what you hoped for. The lessons offered by Coyote may at first appear confusing, but they are most sacred and always for your highest good. Okay, so one of the biggest messages that I'm getting from all of this Mother Nature is reminding you that she is older than everything that has ever really existed, because she is everything that has ever existed and is the force behind all of that. Maybe not everything that has ever existed. I'm getting a little bit wider on that, but we could also assume that space itself has a sort of like a nature to it, and that can still be a part of it. It really depends on how you look at it, and some people actually do have that kind of a correlation. But if we're just talking about like the Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Pachamama, Mama Gaia, etc. These are some of the ancient ones, and also our ancestors who walked the earth well before all of us, who were going about in areas that we can never see anymore because it has been changed so drastically. These people that have come before us are here to remind you, and Mother Nature, they're all here to remind you in this like host of people, like whispering, basically. Like I hear like whispering in my ear. And I hear a lot of trickster energy too as well. I know I'm taking a moment to think about a lot of these things. I was going to say I hear tick-tock, and I don't want to make fun of any. Oh, maybe that's because of dang it, I got trickstered into it. Oh well. Anyways, recognizing your light, all of these different energies and Mother Nature are here to remind you that not only do you have some excellent guides along the way to try to teach you what it is that you need to know on your journey, you also have people that are inviting you to basically soar with the energy of the earth. Basically, I think that was in one of my channeled messages, and I sure as heck don't remember which one because I wrote them down and put them away really quickly. Basically, because this eagle card reminds you to try to fly wing to wing with great spirit, you're being invited up. And this jaguar tries to teach us the ways, like not only is she a hunter, she's a protector spirit. She tries to teach us the ways of these new paths. Like I'm definitely getting like a big Mother Earth energy from both of these cards. Like not only a watchful protector, but another watchful protector. And then another watchful creature that is here just to kind of like, because you know how coyotes, they kind of sound like they're laughing, I think, at certain points. Or maybe that's hyenas. But coyotes, they have like that weird sound. It's almost like they do have that trickster energy about them. The coyotes. They're like little puppies, really. This guy is so stinking cute. I'm also being called to that. Some of you, Mother Nature wants to like pinch your cheeks and call you cute. So yeah, these are some of the messages that I'm getting here. Is definitely like stepping into some kind of a, I wouldn't want to say a journey, but you're embarking on something, or you're going on some kind of a, I don't want to say journey again. Maybe you are going on some kind of a journey. You're on some kind of a journey, right? We're all on some kind of a journey, I would assume. Anyways, you're on some kind of a journey, and Jaguar is going to be accompanying you to keep you safe. I'm getting that the Jungle Book vibe from this. I don't remember the name of the jaguar. I'm gonna have to watch it again after this. I think I'm gonna want to rewatch it after this reading. I'll do that while I eat something. But you are being guided along your path by Jaguar while Owl watches over you, basically. And you also have a few detours on your path brought to you by Coyote. And be careful not to be seduced too much by all the shinies on your path. Like, Eagle is a good hunter, and it's only going to go for the biggest fish in the pond. Like, some of those fish are going to be very, very shiny, basically, is also a little message I'm hearing. Some of those fish are going to be very shiny, but you want to get the best fish, not the shiniest fish. In fact, I'm going to, let's put Jaguar at the top here to help guide us through our reading, because this is definitely the card that I was getting the most Mother Earth energy from at the moment. Okay. So to further our messages here, for pile number 2 with our beautiful little image there, I think this one is the mountains. Should be the mountains. Mother Nature, what messages? Ooh, beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. I feel, oh my gosh, that sounded like I was at somebody's freaking birthday party. And I was just like, oh, that's beautiful. Like, that really caught me off guard. That's the vibe that I'm almost getting here now. Okay, I'll take this one. Good news. Good news is coming in, maybe. And the top one I'm hearing. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, so good news is coming in quickly. Good news that you're going to be able to celebrate. I am so excited all of a sudden. Holy crap. Like, this could also be in reference to, like, weddings. Like, something worth celebrating is going to be coming in very quickly. And it may be related to a message. Oh my God. I just have, like, butterflies in my stomach immediately. I'm sure you can tell the difference in my energy, but holy freaking crap. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll stop fan personing over your reading and your messages here. This is not my pile, unfortunately. I picked a different pile. I won't tell you which one to not or maybe I will. I'll tell you if you're in the pile. I'll sneak it in the middle of it somewhere. Any other messages here? You're winning something. There's going to be something, you're getting a message, like some of us are winning something. They're either on this journey and they're going through the path. Oh my gosh. All right. So let me take a second to hold on. All right. Okay, pile number 2. I think I have this set up now. I think I have this in my mind. I just needed a second to be so excited about this. I just said, you're winning something so genuinely, but that's what I mean. Like, this upright would represent like a really difficult opponent, like the strife, the difficulty. This is the 5 of Swords. And then you have the 8 of Wands that represents swiftness and like building things. And in this particular deck, there's a speed to it. Like there's already eggs in the basket, right? So the need to build this nest is like immediate. But rather than focusing on like the panic energy that I would get from just being excited and then focusing on that, I'm hearing you're going to come out on top. You're going to have something to celebrate either in the very near future or as you work on this path that you are working on, because there is this journey that Jaguar is taking us through, right? I got too excited. Coyote got me. Coyote got me a little bit. I do love doing these readings. I truly, truly do. But there is something coming in for you. Be this a piece of communication, be this a new way of thinking, a new way of communicating. There's something that's coming in, and it's coming in. Let me read the, I'm hearing there's definitely a message in this 8 of Wands for the book here. I love this Illuminated Tarot. The cards are so, I don't know how to describe them. There's also a concept about repetition in here as well. Perhaps it's something you've been practicing. Perhaps something that you have been practicing. Again, this is Jaguar will walk with you on your path of whatever it is that you are practicing as well. These spirits, basically in general, the spirits of the owl, the teachers, the guides, you have people around you, basically, is what I'm saying, that will guide you through this process. And you can also, if you prefer to work solitary, which plenty of artists and other people do. I'm definitely getting a little bit of an artsy vibe here. Maybe some of us do, I don't know why I'm getting finger painting, but maybe some of us like to get their hands into the paint. Maybe some of us get finger painting, get some finger painting art done in this pile. Or maybe you should just try it. I'm hearing that, actually, yeah, no, I'm hearing that attention to detail. Some of us need to be finger painting, actually. So, like, some of us actually need to go back to the freaking basics and see what you can make. Like, if you're, like, she's saying, if you're so good at doing art, why don't you go back to finger painting? Or if you're not good at doing art, why don't you try just finger painting and seeing what you can come up with in terms of even just, like, feeling the paint and feeling the colors seems to be pretty relevant here. It's just something that you can do in the meantime, I'm hearing, while you're waiting for this to come in. Okay, I'm not going to take that one. I'm going to take this one. Yeah, so some heavy burden that you've been carrying as well is probably going to be lifted. This might be related to pile number 1 again with the Princess of Discs coming out. I shuffled this deck quite well. Yeah, something is closing out. In fact, let me display these better. And we'll put your celebration here. With the Queen of Pentacles here as well, there's going to be like an abundance in your life. And an abundance of a lot of different things. Is what I'm hearing. Remember, abundance was around before money was around. Is what I was hearing. Excuse me. Spiritual burp. Alright, yeah. So we got that 10 of Wands. We got this Princess of Discs. I'm kind of going to stack these this way because I'm going to pull out some more cards. For those of us, what I'm getting from these cards is for those of us where this doesn't involve some kind of a new opportunity coming in, or any kind of message coming in, what this is going to be more about is going to be seeing an end to some of the burdens that you have in your life. And we have Eagle here again. Yeah, as I said, Eagle is guiding you through this, and there's a big old fish there as well. Oh, that's funny. We were just talking about getting the biggest fish with the eagle. That's pretty funny. The mystery of the scorpion. So this eagle is coming through, and it is eagle again over here. Mother Nature is reminding you that she is guiding you through, and you will begin to see the light at the end of this tunnel. Yeah, with the 3 of Cups as abundance. I'm going to put that over here as well. You are beginning to see the light at the end of this tunnel. I wouldn't say you're quite through yet with death coming through in reverse, but you are beginning to see that tunnel towards the light. We also have a strength card on the back of the deck here. Anything else from this Aleister Crowley tarot? And this is the Illuminated tarot. This is the Mystical Shaman Pocket Oracle. I always put it in the description with the timestamps. I should say that at the beginning, shouldn't I? I'll just write it this time, maybe, if I remember. Probably pausing and editing right now. Hi, editing Ash. Okay. So what messages? Any other messages here? And here it is, the Knight of Cups coming back up upright. Yeah, I'm hearing this is, again, this is why the Princess of Discs came out upside down. This is not to counteract any of the other stuff with this card. If you are here from pile number 1, I'm hearing. That's not to counteract, because both these cards came up upside down, reversed, in pile number 1. So you may want to check that out, again, if you are so called. But with the Knight of Cups holding this flame, or is that a crab? Hold on. Nope, it's a crab. He's holding a crab. Sorry. We're all riding this incredible winged horse. And the peacock as well. So many different creatures here to try to guide you. There's Cancerian and Scorpio energy in this pile. There's a lot of different energies in this pile. Sagittarius is down here. I think death is a Scorpio energy anyway. But that's beside the point. I'm not here to do astrology stuff for you, but I just felt called to say that at that point. But whatever it is that is changing for you, it is going to be something that is going to bring you a sense of emotional satisfaction. It's going to bring you like a sense of like, I'm hearing slow down and put your feet on the ground, which is, I have my feet on the ground already, so I know that's not for me. But it's not coming in at a rapid pace, because again, this isn't like the swords or the wands. This is coming in a bit slower, but again, we already saw like it's already being patched while the eggs are in the nest. So it's kind of like you already kind of have the thing almost completed, but you're still working on a lot of things at once. This could be people who are behind on a schedule as well. But definitely what I'm picking up here is a sense of like emotional satisfaction, a sense of rising 100%, a sense of rising over the challenges that are presented to you, while carrying this kind of a light with you in a way, while carrying this kind of symbol of strength, of inner knowing, of knowing that you are gifted, of knowing that you have many gifts waiting for you. I mean, gifted both in the sense of being someone with a lot of natural gifts and abilities, but also someone who has a lot of, like, for example, with the Beauty Way card that I've mentioned a couple times, if you remember that. If not, you're fine. But, for example, just noticing the small moments of beauty in your life. I'm hearing from Mother Nature. And one more card from the Oracle deck. But I'll do it after the channeled messages. Yeah, no, I got very, very excited about this pile, and then I kind of had, like, the energy kind of slowed down out of me. But yeah, there's some kind of transformation. You're being led through this, and I 100% promise you that. And you're being led to a place where you're going to feel like you have a lot more to share with others, as well as to share maybe just with yourself. But there's definitely like an overflowing of abundance here, to the point where you're able to then raise that cup up to others, to basically offer it to whoever might need it. You're becoming someone who's very strong as well. I'm sensing. Yeah, you're going to inspire other people with the changes that you make in your life. So, and here we go. He's rising up to the highest peak. I have sheer cliff face, but cannot fall. Yeah, because he's got the flying horse. Duh. I hear I got you, and also giddy up. I promise you I didn't just write those. I swear to God I didn't just write those. I swear to God I didn't just write those. And also get out there. I also heard dance. And I don't know what my other note there was about. Okay, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. I spent way too long thinking about that. I will figure out what this is about. I think I was trying to put whatever it was in the comments and in the description, whatever it is that I am listening to at the moment. I have these very nice drums playing. But I also have return your heart with the concept of Moana underneath it. Like this could be you returning your heart, returning to you and allowing for it to be free and able to kind of like breathe and have its own sort of life, especially with like the way that this is shaped. So I think these are some of the messages that are coming, like Mother Nature really wants to tell you that she has you through this, that you have no ability to fall no matter what type of cliff face that you are trying to climb here, no matter what journey you have to go on towards the top of this spiritual mountain. I'm surprised you didn't get the Holy Mountain card, but that deals more with communing with spirit and all that kind of stuff. And I think this is more about like just, nope, she's already got you. You're good. Mother Nature, Mother Earth has you and is going to keep you very, very safe through all of this, especially if you get out there and try to do more of that, just kind of, I keep saying, just put your dang feet in the ground. And I really think more people should just put their feet in the ground and walk around barefoot if they can a little bit, just as long as you're safe about it. But to really enjoy the feeling of like the fresh grass under your feet can be really, really nice. So that's definitely a thing to help ground some people when we're really overwhelmed and we're moving into a difficult place. That's a good place to start always, because I'm really being called to that kind of an energy. But with that, I'm going to pull your last little oracle card here. And I'm hearing take care as well. Okay. Lightning. Yeah. Change can happen quickly, and it can be really scary. And a lot of the things that you might be dealing with in your life might end up feeling like they are things that are very scary. But I am hearing that all of your guides and represented by all these cards, including the ancient ones, as well as the jaguar, the owl, and the eagle, like we said, all of your guides are here and the coyote too, are here. Sometimes detours are obstacles in the right direction, right? All your guides are here to try to make sure that whatever it is that is around you is not able, it still can hurt you, but not able to kill you. Like it, all they can do is hurt you, kind of a thing. And of course, hurt can be very bad. It can be very painful. And this card speaks more towards like illumination and how like the light being like struck all of a sudden can be really frightening and can really hurt people. Can hurt or even kill, but it's also illuminating and allows for the light to come in. So while you're, and there's even like rain on this card, as if the lightning is coming in with the thunder here. It's like, this is definitely like kind of an Elsa moment pile a little bit, like the Elsa thing where she's like going to Atahalan and she's doing all her ice magic again. And if you know, it's in Frozen 2. It reminds me of that a little bit here. And I feel like some of you are going through that kind of a situation. And if you do get in too deep to these things, remember that if you need help from other people, there are institutions and there are hospitals, there are therapists, there are friends, there are family that you can talk to and reach out to if you really need help and you find yourself in danger in some way or another. And that's how I know I got you. Mother Nature says that's how I know that I've got your back. Basically, that's how I know that you're safe, is because there are other people around you that will be able to help you, and I'll be here whenever you need me, she says. So at the risk of cutting this a little bit too short, I know that I talked for probably a little while. I'm still kind of caught up on what the heck HMC is supposed to mean, but oh well. Anyways, off to the highest peak with ye. You are headed to the highest peak. There will be some lightning along the way, so be sure that once you, especially if you're teaching other people about things, be careful to remember that certain insights, because this pile seems to be implying that you are being guided on the path to maybe becoming a teacher, or you already are a teacher. But remember that knowledge can be wielded, insight and knowledge can be wielded in such a way where it hurts people, even if you are trying to help them. So beware of the way that you phrase certain things. Beware of how you end up talking to certain people throughout your day. If it's like with a scolding tone, if it's with a kind tone, like you don't have to be, remember how we were talking about, you don't have to be any particular way. Like if you're assigned female at birth and you, or whatever the case may be, if you're assigned female at birth and you don't like people thinking of you in the feminine, and you don't want to be associated with feminine traits, that doesn't necessarily mean like going about and doing that kind of thing. And I mean that in the inverse as well. It doesn't mean going about and doing that kind of thing. You don't necessarily need to worry about the stereotypical traits of any kind of actions anyway. But what I'm hearing is you should be focusing on what brings you joy and what you would like to bring into your life, rather than focusing too much on the binary or on too much on like the labels of our society, right? And it is through your example that you will be the best teacher, I'm also hearing. So remember to wield this lightning as you head up this mountain, to face whatever it is that you are chugging through right now, whatever it is you're building, and building fast. Recognize that there will be challenges along your way, but you are almost promised to succeed. Like, you are winning something, I said at the beginning, and I still mean that. Like, genuinely speaking, you are in such a beautiful place right now. And although there are some dangers along your way, and I recommend you recognize that you have a whole party with you. This isn't no solo hero mission. This is a D&D party style mission. I'm definitely getting like some of you need to dance as well. But anyways, I cut myself off. Coyote, goddammit. Sorry. As you're going up this mountain, you are remember to not only recognize that you are going to be greeting this lightning, this enlightenment, as you may call it, greeting this lightning, greeting this new emotional change with the respect that it deserves, while also doing your best to make sure that when you gain this power, when you gain the power over, the peacock almost makes it look like he has control over the rain in this card almost. Or maybe he is the one producing the rain even. So like, it's almost like once you gain power over the storms and over the lightning, make sure that you wield it properly. Make sure you don't wield it to like kill others, basically. Make sure you don't wield it to like kill their spirit. Make sure you don't wield it to try to force their to hasten the bloom of the flower, as Musashi Miyamoto would say. Be sure that you wield this properly along this path that you walk. And with that, I will leave you there. Giddy up, get out of here, get out there. It doesn't say get out of here, it says get out there. But these are your messages from Mother Nature, from Mother Earth. She's got your back. You've got your flying horse, or actually, the horse isn't flying. It's the Knight of Cups. You have wings. Congratulations. Yeah, so you can't fall. And also your horse seems to be able to walk on water. So you seem pretty stacked. I'm saying, now we're back to the celebration. Yeah, so remember, you're going to have a lot to celebrate in the future here. You really will be celebrating a lot with both of these cards. And your ancestors are going to be celebrating with you. And with that, I really will leave you there, pile number 2. It was a wonderful, wonderful joy reading for you. It truly, truly was. This was a very exciting reading, and I very much enjoyed it. If you're here listening to more than one pile, then thank you again for all the time you will be spending, and I will see you in the next one. But if I am leaving you here, then thank you so much for your time. I do have personal readings available in the description below. If you would like to check that out, or possibly to leave a tip. You're also more than welcome to just like or subscribe if you liked this video, because it helps me out a whole lot. And that should be about it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hello to my dear friends and fellow souls in pile number 3. If you chose the image currently on your screen, then this will be your reading for today. From Mother Nature, or Mother Earth, Mama Gaia, Pachamama. Alright, so we're going to start off with some of these oracle cards, and then I'm going to get to your channeled message at the end of the reading. But we're going to use these. I'm going to take these 3. We're going to use these as like the outlook, basically, on your reading here, like just the overall, some things to keep in mind. So we have Stand Still, the Hunter, and the Giveaway. Okay. And I'm not 100% sure how straight those are. I think that should be right. Okay, so as I've done for each pile, I'm going to go ahead and read the essence in the booklet for each of these cards for you, because I feel like these are some important messages to bring forward. So, when Stand Still appears, it is a symbol of pausing, the act of observation, and breathing space. It represents the benefits of temporary non-action, as well as what happens when one is stuck. And then for the Hunter. Before the dawn of agriculture, we hunted in forests to feed our kin. The hunter never takes more than what the village needs to survive, often taking only one creature, the good kill. He is a master tracker who knows which path to follow to find success. And the Giveaway. The giveaway is the gift you offer to life, without attachment, without expecting anything back. You can only give what is truly yours. A smile, a nod of encouragement, a gentle touch, and a kind word. This is not giving to others what you no longer want, like the sweater that no longer fits, but gifting which is most precious, your authentic love and genuine feelings. All right. So we will keep these in mind as we move through here. I think that you're being called to kind of think about, definitely being called to think about what you're giving your energy to, like come to a standstill and kind of look at the situation around you and figure out what you're giving your energy to, figure out what you are giving to in general. And I mean like emotional energy, spiritual energy, and physical energy. And really consider like how to make this energy exchange more efficient so that you have more energy. And also consider when you should be giving that energy away, like when the time is not only based on efficiency, but based on like the most important time to, for example, be there for somebody else. I think you'll be able to kind of, I guess this card is kind of calling for you to wait until your mark is in sight before you start doing something. I'm hearing. And also sort of just going into sort of a meditative space, and perhaps just meditating, listening to some quiet drum music. I'll have a few different options for music in the description below that I listened to while prepping for this particular reading from Mother Nature. So for pile number 3 with our lovely lilacs, what is it, Mother Nature? Okay, that you would like to say today? The Jack/Page of Wands. Also Knight of Wands as well, because the Jack is there's only a Jack, King, Queen in this particular deck. This Illuminated Tarot. Okay, the 8 of Cups. I already heard not that one before, so I'm not just going to take it out now. Alright. And the Rebirth card here, or Death. Okay. So, one of the messages that I'm getting... One of the messages that I'm definitely getting here is about you're doing some kind of new venture into something not only very important with Death and the Moon represented here, maybe some kind of metaphysical or spiritual process that you're going through. You may be going through a transformation, especially with the Moon and Death here. We're called to like how the Moon specifically, and I'm going with the Moon here, even though this is a Mother Nature reading, but it's a specific influence, and it does affect us, especially with the tides and things like that, which are also part of these patterns that we're looking at. And we can almost see like a tide-like pattern with these two cats, like a wave-like pattern, I mean. And this almost looks like water in the background too, but this card being the Moon, being like about instinct and things like that. Like, not only is she talking about like death and instinct here, like death is in rebirth and instinct, like she's also talking about how you are ready to embark on something where you may be leaving some things behind in order to transform yourself. You are going through your own personal spring at this point, and even if what you're leaving behind, it does say, the giveaway specifically seems to imply that there is something that will be given away here, but it's not that I'm hearing. Like, it's not necessarily something that you have to deal with in this thing. Like, that, what I'm hearing for the Death and the 8 of Cups here, or the 4 of Swords and the 8 of Cups here. 4 of Swords is also a rest card, like a gentle rest card. So you can still wait a little bit for your spring to come through as everything is working. But when it comes to letting certain things go in order to move into this new life, to move into this form of rebirth, when it comes to letting things go, it could be just as simple as letting go of like the winter, letting go of like the barrenness of it. Like, the giveaway does call us to think about what it is that we are giving away in this instance, and is it something that we want to just get rid of, or is it something that we actually want to maybe hold on to? And I would hope that everyone understands that winter is like a necessary season as well. But with these cycles of the Moon, we're really being called to recognizing that you have cycles as well. Mother Nature is trying to remind you of your own cycles, and we have another cycle here between the two of these. Mother Nature is reminding you of your own cycles as you're starting on this new journey, and reminding you that every turning of that cycle is a new rebirth. So it's nothing new, honey. You're used to this. I'm hearing in the background as well. It's nothing new. You're used to this. So you've done it 1,000 times, and you'll do it 1,000 times more. Yeah. So be decisive about what you want. Be decisive about what you're trying to bring into your life, because you're probably going to get it, is what I'm hearing. Like, you're going on this really serious journey, and with the Moon and everything like that, and who are you again? Death. I'm thinking about just a lot of transformation, a lot of rebirth energy, a lot of like changing yourself into a better person, a more stable person, someone who has like really good boundaries too, with the Pentacles here and the King of Swords here. I'm gonna switch out to the Aleister Crowley Tarot. That was previously the Illuminated Tarot, and I've pre-shuffled these cards as well right before your pile. So, Mother Nature, Ooh, beautiful. Fortune. Happiness. Okay. Yeah. 9 of Cups right on top of 10 of Cups and Fortune on top of all of that. Yeah, you're getting in touch with how this wheel works. You're starting to get in touch with how this wheel works, because if you're stuck out here on the very edge of it, you're always going to feel like everything's crazy highs and lows. But you're starting to focus in more as you stand still. You start to notice that you can come more inwards to the star, where honestly speaking, if you're at the very inner part, the turning of the wheel doesn't affect you at all anymore. Unlike this guy who is sometimes like on top of the world and sometimes underneath the world. Or this Medusa-like figure. I think it's a guy. It looks like I don't know. It doesn't matter. We can't presume these things. It almost looks like, maybe for some of us with, almost looks like top scars with the long hair and everything like that. I don't know how to describe that. It's quite interesting. I don't think that there's any necessarily like breast imagery in there though. I was just worried about that in case I had to censor it with a little sticky note. But yeah, you're starting to get a sense of balance about you that will allow for you to feel good no matter what the situation is. So if this is about, like, say for example, dysphoria, you're going to start to be able to, especially if you start to recognize when these cycles happen, like when you start to feel the worst about it, and try to take some method of mitigation in a way, or like try to think about it in a new perspective, or just ask someone for a new perspective. If you start to think about these things in a different way, then you can end up having a whole new perspective on the whole thing. You really can. You think about it a little bit differently and the whole perspective can change. And that's what you can see when you're at the center of the Wheel of Fortune, because you will be able to really kind of see whatever's going on here. You'll really be able to see the negatives and the positives, the midway ones, the ones that you're more interested in, the ones you're less interested in, and so on and so forth, in terms of options available to you and the outcomes that they might bring to you. Okay, so is there anything else you want to say to pile number 3, Mother Nature? I'm hearing the bell chimes for yes. Yeah. So we have love in the reverse. So this is not going to be talking about a romantic situation here, and I am sorry about that. But I want you to know that if you were hoping for a romantic part of this reading, you may want to check out pile number 1. There seems to be like a little bit of a push towards that in that pile. Or check out another pile, or check out one of the love reading shorts that I have available as well. But this is specifically not about like other people. Like Mother Nature wants you to stand still and be with yourself. Like, don't focus on other people is what she's saying here. Like, when it comes to making your own decisions, especially as we were just talking about carving out your own life and carving out your own perspective, don't even listen to me on how to carve out your own perspective. Like, I mean, for real, you are the one who is going to be flying and soaring through your life and shedding all these beautiful like diamonds worth of like knowledge, and just dropping knowledge on everybody, dropping like your aura on everybody, and people being excited about you. In fact, no, I'm not gonna try to pull her out. She's already flying away. But this is specifically not about a love thing, unless it's about loving yourself. I'm hearing, yeah, this is about a very spiritual journey. Although perhaps no, I'm hearing definitely no. Whatever it is you're hearing, I don't know if it's yes or no. She's saying it doesn't matter if it's yes or no. It's just not about this reading. So this is definitely not one that I would associate with like love answers. Again, probably try to pick another pile. We'll see what we can do. But there's definitely some serious stuff going on in here where you are really focused on like an up level in some scenario, and surrendering to that experience is going to be, this is my pile by the way, and I just realized it and I was like, oh crap. All of a sudden I was like, oh no. But I'm very excited for this as well, and I am already towards this perspective, so hopefully you can empathize with me in that. And the Hanged Man calls us to this sense of spiritual almost surrender. It calls us to spiritual surrender, and Mother Nature is calling us into a spiritual surrender, to stand still, to be with nature, to feel the fresh air, to smell the fresh air, to get in contact with her, or even like bodies of water might be relevant to you. Perhaps you might need to be close to bodies of water. You might need to take a bath if you feel so inclined. And we also have this serpent, as well as the serpent around the feet over here. So yeah, he's surrendering to this experience of being on the wheel, but he's feeling it in the concept of water passing in different currents and tides and waves, versus seeing it as like a top and a bottom. He's got like a fully dimensional situation rather than just like a 1 or 2 dimensional situation going on here. So yeah, you definitely, you're probably being up leveled to this point where you were first able to just be able to see like the ups and downs of certain situations. You're being uploaded to like the full sensory experience is what I'm hearing, especially with that ace of discs on the back, that nice little ASMR ace of discs right back there. Okay, so with that, pile number 3, I am not quite finished. I'm still going to get to your channeled messages here, but I'm just going to try to organize this a little bit for you. Yeah, all these crazy rebirths, all of this incredible energy. This is that new adventure. That's the new adventure. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. You're going to want to tell everyone. Okay, I'm going to stop singing for now. All right. So for pile number 3, here are your channeled messages. Rain, sensory beauty, not eyes, I said there. Yeah, specifically. Rain, sensory beauty that doesn't have to do with the things that you see around you. So like your taste, your touch, hearing is fine too. But maybe don't even focus on that. Like focus more on like, I'm really focusing on like the, well, whatever. Basically, I just wrote not eyes. I'm not going to focus on what my feeling was necessarily because it's going to depend from person to person, especially if someone is missing a particular sense. Then by all means, use all your senses. But it's just talking about not necessarily talking about like the beauty that you see, but rather the beauty that makes your senses feel good. So it might be a little bit more complicated depending on the person. And trust yourself. And then glide into place versus jumping / overshooting it. And then we got soar with 2 underlines. And hard work, teamwork, scavenging, and ant came by while I was writing this, so that's what I wrote down for that. And water flow. Yeah, we already had a couple of messages about the water and really needed to get into some water or just feeling the energy around you with this Hanged Man card so that you can reach this up leveling that's going on. Either you're really in tune with your cycles and stuff like that, which sounds like this pile. Yeah, consider what it is that you can give either to yourself with this treat yourself card. You should be giving. I'm definitely being called to say like this pile needs to consider like do you give yourself gifts the way that you would give a friend gifts, basically. Like do you actually give yourself gifts the way that you would give a friend gifts? Like when you make your meals, do you make it like worse than you would make it if you were making it for a friend? Try to treat yourself the way that you would treat a friend 100%. And consider how you can treat a friend that has whatever friends you think of. Do your best to consider how it is you treat them, and if you can show them a little bit of gratitude for teaching you more about friendship, because that's a good thing with this card here, and that's going to help as well with all of these different opportunities facing you. I'll definitely go and think of friend as well, because I'm already thinking of someone that would be relevant here. Okay, so with that, pile number 3, I think I will leave your reading here with all of this incredible energy. You have something I don't even know if I can truly read into. Maybe if I can get one more card from... Are we not doing that? So what is this? I think I'm hearing that it's going to be... Yeah, it's going to be depending on a lot of different things here. Like it's going to depend on the person, because I'm thinking of like my communication here is key, and I might be reaching a number of different people here. So whatever it is that makes you feel like you have this sword in hand, that's going to be your it looks like the frickin' Triforce from Zelda. That's so cute. Yeah, whatever makes you feel like you have the Master Sword in hand. That's going to be something that is either coming into your life or that's something that you're working on right now. I don't really know how to describe this feeling other than that. I'm still just like channeling as best as I can here. Yeah, but treat yourself and remember to glide into place, because again, whatever this is, it's big. It's something that you've been working on for a long time. It's something that you are going to be very excited about once everything gets sorted through, because we have some really incredible cards. Something is transforming already in your life, and you just need to surrender to the experience as best as you can. Just surrender to it and try to treat yourself, and then remember to soar. You 100% remember to soar. I think we got wings in almost every card except for standstill. Yeah, we've got wings in the giveaway and the hunter, even a pair of wings, if you will. And then the standstill card calls to like meditation and that Hanged Man energy as well. So remember that one sword, that one good kill. All right. I will leave you there. These were your messages from Mother Nature. I really appreciate you taking this time and spending a little bit of your day or your night with me. I hope that these messages found you well. I hope that I was able to translate them as well as possible into words so that it was not necessarily confusing. And I hope that these channeled messages helped you out a bit as well. Remember, like, this gliding into place thing as well is more about, like, it's easier for you to, like, adjust into things and, like, slowly adjust yourself rather than just jumping into a situation. But if you need to do the hard work of you know, figuring out your own path forward, if that doesn't sound good to you. And with that, I will leave you there. Pile number 3. It was a joy to read to you, as it is for every pile and every reading. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention. And if you would like a personal reading, those are down below. If you'd like to leave a like or subscribe to me, those are also down below. And I am more than happy to accept any suggestions or any of your, you know, the way you felt about the reading, how it helped in some way, or even just any kind of affirmations that you want to share with everybody. And with that, I'll leave you there. Always welcome to, you know, hit me up over here. At the moment, it's a little lonely. I'm kidding. Thank you so much for all of your comments, your subscribes, and everything like that. I vastly appreciate it. You guys mean the world to me. Anyways, bye. Take care. Hello to my dear friends and fellow souls in pile number 4. Last but not least, if this was your image, then this will be your pile for the day. I am going to take out our first cards here. We're going to shuffle all of these live, as I have been throughout this reading. Thank you again if you've been here through multiple readings. I'm hearing. I appreciate for confirmation for anyone who wanted to listen to more than one reading. Mother Nature, Mother Earth, the messages that we're getting today, Pachamama or Mama Gaia, or any names you like to call Mother Earth, is more than happy to give you all the good messages you want. Just recognize that not everything is for you, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't resonate with you. Confirmation only kind of stuff. All right. So what messages do we have here from Mother Nature to pile number 4? We've got 1. I've been taking 3 of these, and that one definitely wants to come out too. I've been taking 3 of these. I've been taking 3 of these. I said it 3 times in a row. And reading basically the essence of each of the cards. So we will take a look at that in just a moment. And again, I do also have your channeled messages over here on the side. I haven't looked at them since I wrote them, so I don't remember what's on them. But let's see, 1 more message, unless there should only be 2. Oop, or should there be more? That one fell out too. I'm going to keep this one as well. All right. So let's put these off to the side. And let's see what we can do here. We have Wind with 63. We have the Witness with number 64. We have the Time Master. Let me try to straighten these out a bit for you. Pile number 4. We have Lightning, which did show up in a few readings. And we have Taming the Wind. I think I am going to... Let's see. Let's read these 2 because they're right next to each other. So I will start by reading these 2. From the booklet here. Sorry about the noise. Unless I cut it out, which depends on if it's too loud or not. It didn't sound super loud. It sounded more like a gong. Okay. So, the essence of wind, number 63. The symbol of the wind represents the element of air. It rules communication, thought, song, and inspired ideas. It also signifies change, with qualities both positive and negative. The wind blows from each of the 4 directions. There are different qualities bestowed by each. And I've left the booklet there so that you can read over the different directions. Whichever way the wind is blowing for you, the message, which the wind whispers or shouts, is a challenge. It may take courage at first to turn and face the wind, but you will find exaltation in moving towards it and receiving its lessons. Sorry, I thought I said exaltation wrong. And then we have the Witness. The witness observes without engaging in any action. By cultivating inner stillness, we are able to assess any situation from a higher perspective and make better decisions. When we can be present for someone else's difficulties with stillness, then we are able to truly hear them and give them better advice. Sometimes we can be so still that we are a mirror for the other. Then, through our presence, they receive their own answers. And I will leave that there for you to read if you would so prefer. You can pause on either of those to read them. And then let's see, I will also go over to, I think I've got a good feel for these things, but I want to read lightning one more time. It did come up in 2 other piles, so big confirmation if you wanted to check out more messages. The formidable electrical discharge of a lightning bolt brightens the sky and strikes the earth, accompanied by the mighty sound of thunder. This phenomenon has a positive aspect. The light illuminates the earth and the psyche. But there is a destructive side as well. The bolt can burn and even kill if it's too strong. So what I'm getting here is a few different messages just to begin with. So right now you are in a real position of power in your life. You have a lot of power in your life is what I'm getting. You have the power to turn that, you have the ability to turn the power on and off, basically. Like, I'm getting some real, like, psychosomatic stuff going on at the moment. And I don't mean to scare anybody with that, but you really do have a really incredible power over your body and over yourself. You also have the wind and taming the wind coming in as well, to remind you that you have so many blessings around you. And again, if you paused back there and you looked at the different directions, you could see all the different ways that the wind may be helping you. But you have found this kind of kinship with the elements around you in a way, I'm seeing. Like, you found this sort of like top of the mountain kind of a feeling. And I really truly believe that, I'm not going to talk about how others see you because that's not really relevant here. And I feel like it's not super relevant for you either. But what I'm really seeing is like a sense of almost like being inspired by the world around you. A sense of, sorry, I just felt a weird energy for a moment there. Let me relight your candle as well. Okay, I'm very, very sorry about that. Pile number 4. I don't know how long the candle's been out. It might not have been on the whole reading, and I'm sorry about that. But we'll get that. We have that lit for you now. So basically, you're being called to. I have no memory of when this actually went out. So, you're being called to the message of the fact that you have a lot of elements around you. You're literally taming the wind, taming time in a way, and the lightning. You have so many elements. And you are also just being called to witness all of this around you in a particular way. So we're gonna get some more cards here, and we'll see how we can further. In fact, I'm gonna lay these out nicely so that we can see what it is that we're pulling in with all of these messages over here. Because you guys got a lot of messages. Yeah, I'm feeling some deep, almost like pain in like my heart chakra area, and I'm pretty sure I'm not having a heart attack. I'm pretty young for that. But I'm just feeling like vaguely constricted, and I'm not sure how to describe that energy. Maybe some of us are really afraid in this pile. And that's okay. I am here with you. We can work on this together. Let's work on this together. So messages from Mother Earth. I am right next to you, Mother Earth says, if you need anything. So, okay, pile number 4. I had to step away for a second there. I'm sorry about that from your messages, because I was trying to figure out if that was me or if this is like the energies of the pile. I just needed to take a short break for a second, and I unlit the candle. So I will go ahead and relight that for you one more time, and then we can get this reading boom, started proper. All right. Okay, so we have Judgment in reverse here as one of the first cards that came out. And the Ten of Swords as well, which is a pretty painful thing. I'm hearing, yeah, that's probably why. I think some of us are coming here for some deep, deep healing messages. All right. So I'm seeing now, you have a lot of forces coming in here. It's not about the way that you look in this situation, as I was saying. It's about the fact that there is a really, really deep wound here for some of us. This is where I would say that this pile seems pretty specific to some kind of very difficult pain, and for that I am very sorry. There is a major hurt here somewhere. Someone may have really done something deceptive towards you, or they beat you out in a way that really hurt you, or perhaps you had an experience that was just one of defeat. And yeah. And yeah, that's not really useful advice, Ash. Well, I'm trying, and Ash, you're kind of being called to be a witness to your pain in this time, is one of the first messages here. And I can also hear Mother Nature saying, I am a witness to your pain. I am a witness to your pain. I see that pain in you, and I recognize it, and I know when one of my babies gets hurt, and I know, just let me speak as Mama Gaia for like a minute here, as Mother Nature. I know when one of my babies gets hurt. I know when one of my babies gets hurt, and I am 100% here as much as I can be for any of my babies who need me. I know that I can be a cruel mother at times. Mother Nature is saying, I know that I can be a cruel mother at times, but when it comes to the souls of these people who know about what happens after judgment, when it comes to the souls of these people, I am their alma mater. And that's going to be the end of my specifically channeled messages from like Mother Nature, Pachamama as well. So that is again the card that inspired the reading. Yeah, so some of us might have been here from another pile as well, and if you do have this deep trauma that was buried in you, then I really hope that that celebratory reading was helpful. But this might be a triggering reading, I'm hearing, is what I'm saying here. So you might want to abandon ship now if you're starting to feel a little bit triggered. Like if you're really having some anxiety issues, you might want to really take a lay down, like I just did. I just went to go lay down. I pet my cat for a little while. I calmed down. I touched the beans. I got the means. I got the claws because I touched the little paw pads. I touched the beans and I got the means. And then I ended up getting back up and I felt a lot better. I feel a lot better now, although I'm definitely still feeling this weight. But you have so many blessings coming in is also something that I'm being called to say here. Like the wind is like guiding you along as a friend. The wind is guiding you along as like a close friend. Like I'm really getting the another Elsa moment concept here as well. So that's another callback to another pile. But like in Frozen 2, where Elsa, forgive me for the Frozen 2 reference, but when Elsa makes friends with the wind spirit, and it's just like this silly little guy, silly little something. I don't know if there's really a form for them. I don't remember how that one worked. I remember the fire salamander, but Gale, I think, was the name of the wind spirit. So you have a little friend like Gale that's around with you on this, whatever this painful journey is. You have a friend like I'm just being called to. Some of you need to watch Frozen 2. Some of y'all need to watch Frozen 2, and I'm gonna call it out. And you can make fun of me if you want to, because this was a pretty serious reading. But some of you need to watch Frozen 2 because that will help you, I'm hearing. And just be careful with it, reading too much into certain things and all that, because I don't want you actually going on a journey to Holland, like unless you really feel like you need to. But this seems like it's more of a specific thing. So more communications from Mother Earth, more communications from Mother Nature here. Something that you have been working on for a very long time. And we got both these cards in another reading. And I just pulled them out from different places. I think you saw that. There's going to be a new beginning in it, a new venture. Something that you've been working on for a long time is going to take on a new form. Something that you've been working on for a long time is going to take on a new form in some way, I think, here. Or something that you've been working on for a long time, or something new, is going to lead to something new as well. Like there's new on top of new here when it comes to this kind of stuff. So that's one of the big messages here. So if we're talking about all this trauma and all this stuff that needs to be processed, then we're definitely thinking about the fact that for this pile, I'm going to put a mountain goat song in the description. I'm hearing the line, and everything was new again. That's how it's going to feel for you, pile number 4. Pile number 4. That's how it's going to feel for you. This rebirth is going to feel like everything is going to be new again. Something you've worked on for a long time is going to have a new beginning that comes with new ventures, or there's a whole new opportunity coming in for you as well. I'm being called to hold for the end of my message. Thank you, Mother Earth, Mother Nature. Something is going to be either something that you've worked on for a long time is going to result in a new beginning, or a new beginning is going to lead to another new venture. Like, for example, if you have a YouTube channel, maybe you'll do something like Mr. Beast and start like like the Mr. Beast candy bar line, or all the Mr. Beast candies or whatever, like all those different things that YouTubers can do. For example, like maybe if you are getting into a new line of work with if you have been in a line of work for a long time, or if you're no, this is definitely calling towards she's checking in on me again. You know what to say, sweetie? Yeah, Mom, I'm good. Whatever you've been dealing with for a long time, you will have some kind of a new venture involved in it that is going to feel like a new beginning here, and it could be very scary, and you want to be very careful with this. Recognize that you do have a lot of people on your side. You also have this witness card that's calling you to not only pay attention to your own life, but the life of others. And recognize that you have people around you that are willing to help you, as well as people who will guide you, along with like the Time Master and all the different wind directions that are bringing you all of their blessings from north, south, east, and west, as well as the light that illuminates. And if you keep that in mind on this journey, then you will be kept safe, I'm hearing, from a lot of this negative stuff. But still keep an eye out. Remember, cats are light on their feet. Okay. I could use a couple more messages here. Actually, I'm going to switch over to the Wanderer's Tarot now. And I'm going to oh, not the Wanderer's Tarot. Yeah, I'm not using the Wanderer's Tarot today. I'm sorry. I'm using the Aleister Crowley Tarot. I think I might have said Wanderer's Tarot a bunch of times. I'll just keep editing that. So what do we want on the top here? Yeah, all these communications about these new beginnings and things like that. I think I'll keep the ventures like that. So a lot of these cards came out in pile number 2, I believe. So that might be a callback to that if you would like to go check out pile number 2. So from the Aleister Crowley Tarot, this one as well, the Magician, Gain, with the 9 of Pentacles. I will put these guys out of frame for the time being. I will put them back on once I organize this, but I like to have these other cards over here. And the Princess of Discs, this also came up in pile number 1. So I'm getting more of a sense about this. I'm getting more of a sense of a pain or something like that, like in relation to this pain. It made you feel like you weren't going to get anything good in your life anymore. And it made you feel, Mother Earth is saying, I know it made you feel like you were never going to gain anything anymore. You were never going to be in control of your own destiny. I know it made you feel like you weren't even in control of yourself. But you are starting to gain some of the things that you may have lost, I am hearing, especially with, I believe this is, oh, maybe that's Virgo on the bottom. But you are starting to gain some of the things that you had lost to whatever this trauma was. And yeah, we have Adjustment with 8, which I believe is the Justice card. Yeah, you seem like the type of person who also really wants everything. Excuse me, sorry, I had to push away a particular energy because I don't like to read for any one particular person. I want to make sure that it's as open as possible here, and I felt like someone that I knew. But this is a justice where everything is really best for everyone, so I'm really thinking that the stuff that happened here was stuff that where you couldn't actually find like a good scenario where everything came out well for everyone. Like it was one of those scenarios where it's like a lose-lose situation with strength in the reverse. Like you didn't have the strength to do anything any differently. And you didn't have the resources to, I'm hearing as well. Take this one. And it was like there were no good choices as well. There were no good choices. Mother Nature saying there were no good choices. There were no good choices. Take this wealth of knowledge, she says. There were no good choices. But you are heading into a new place where you will have many different choices available to you that will all lead to a serious sense of not only abundance but stability and safety and growth, The star, of course. The beautiful, beautiful, beautiful star. Yeah, Mother Earth, Mother Nature is here to bring you hope for the future, is here to bring you a sense of inspiration again. She's bringing in the water. We have all of these, we have so many of these elements. We have a decent amount of like earth and fire in this already, at least with the discs. I'm not 100% sure what the elements for some of these major arcana would be. I have to brush up on that. But we have this water being added as well, and Mother Earth is trying to remind you. It almost looks like a whole planet in the background there. Mother Nature is trying to remind you that for some of you, you are Mother Nature's prince or princess in a way. I'm hearing. You are the Earth's prince or princess, and Mother Nature wants to basically not only refill your cup, but to give you like basically like just a showering and outpouring. Like she's got waves coming over her. An infinite source of hope, of faith in the future. And there's that Prince of Discs, and it came out upright. I got your number, pile 4. Yeah, she wants to bring you so much happiness. That's what we're leaning towards here. That's what we're moving towards here. That's what so what I'm getting with these oracle cards here now, I'm saying is stop thinking like you don't have enough time. And stop thinking like you might have like too much time on your hands. If you start to feel bored and you feel like you have too much time on your hands, make sure you take the time to really witness the situation around you and be in the moment, be very present, be very in tune with your senses. But if you feel like you're running out of time, or if you feel like you've wasted so much time, for example, on these traumas that have happened, then recognize that you are not running out of time. You have the help of the Time Master. You have the help of the wind. You have literally taming the wind in your reading. You have the help of lightning, which is very, very quick, happens very quickly. This kind of stuff will happen. These changes that you're hoping to see, where you'll be happier, where you're going to grow this sense of abundance, this sense of stability, financial or otherwise. The sense of stability is going to be, we got Pisces on the bottom here. The sense of stability is going to be coming in at its own steady pace, and when you are ready for it. There's no road too fast or too slow, basically. Yeah, there's no road too fast or too slow. Maybe caution against going too fast, because we do have the lightning card here, so you don't want to burn yourself. But again, I wouldn't let my babies drive on that road. I just heard one Mama Earth, one very protective Mama Earth energy for somebody in particular. Maybe for that person who empathizes being like maybe like a prince or princess, like a little princess or a little prince of Mother Nature. And then the universe, yeah, something is not quite complete yet, she is saying. Something is not quite complete yet that is going to prepare you for whatever it is that you are embarking into with all of these cards that we have here, whatever venture it is, whatever you've been working hard on, that you're trying really hard to win, but defeat seems obvious. Whatever it is, how you're going to come out on top of that, or whatever is going to start again. Or whatever it is you're winning, if you were in the pile about possibly winning things. That's not going to come to completion for a little while. You're not quite at that stage yet with the universe in reverse here. And this would be the example of like the world card. It's a really beautiful world though. But we do have so many of the same imageries, like with the star, the Princess of Wands, who eventually would become the Queen of Wands in time. So much similar imagery with that long flowing hair. We have 3 long-haired ladies in this reading here to remind you that as long as you don't move too quickly on that path, because it did come out reversed, as long as you don't move too quickly. And I find it funny that you got the Jack of Wands, but you also got the Knight and the Princess of Wands in your reading, and we have one upright and one reversed. That's just an interesting synchronicity there. But not only do you have an outpouring of hope that's coming into your life, as long as you make sure that you wield this power properly, instead of, and make sure you go with the flow as well, and allow for other people to have their freedom is a big thing in taming the wind, allowing for others to have their freedom. As long as you aren't stepping on anybody's toes or hurting anybody, then you are 100% in the clear to start working on a lot of this kind of stuff. Whatever it is, there's something new. There's something big. It's incredible. And I'm very, very excited to hear what it is. If you want to share it in the comments below, I would be honored. I would be very excited to read it. And I'm so curious. But leave it if you think if I'm too grabby, if that gave you a bad feeling, that's great for your intuition, because you probably shouldn't be sharing it then. Keep it to yourself sometimes. So I heard gently, like Mother Nature was guiding someone in like conducting or like in singing or in just treating themselves. I got this is the channel messages, by the way. Sorry. I got see the forest for the trees and the forest. See the forest for the trees and the forest. We also got ants / ladybugs. The ant came back, obviously. Or not really. I just kind of thought about it again with ladybugs. It just flashed through my mind. We also have lush growth, although that looks like it says fush. I meant to say lush. Sorry. Lush growth. Naivete versus like the whole planet. Like for some of us, even for me, like I would consider myself to be naive in the face of a literally like millions of year old planet and force that has been around for longer than I've ever existed. No matter which way you slice it, I guess. Like recognizing that this energy that's speaking to you and trying to fill you with hope is one that would look at you not necessarily like a child that, and I hate to use naivete in that way because it's being made clear to me as well that this is not in regards to like the trauma that you went through. It's rather in your lack of belief that things could get better. Like you're very naive in thinking that after things went so badly that they wouldn't get almost equally intensely better. And we got something about that in one of the other piles as well with that Wheel of Fortune feeling. But really, there's cycles that the Earth or that Mother Nature has seen, with whatever name you want to call her, that would make our preconceptions of the world around us look very naive, is basically what this says. And then also looking out at a lush landscape as well came out. So maybe some of you need to go to the park and explore some areas. I'm going to leave that out there for now. Maybe some of you need to go to the park and explore some areas. Maybe you guys just need to go out in nature. You need to go on an adventure, go explore some things and get more in touch with yourself. But Mother Nature has, in fact, I'm being called to do a couple more. Illuminated Tarot it is. So about this, because we still had that deep trauma and I don't want to leave that box open right now, Mother Nature. Do you have any messages about this deep trauma? Yeah, you're going to need to go through the process of starting to let these things go. And that's what all this hope and this new spirit coming in is for. Like, you don't want to rush yourself. And that's why we had all that against rushing. And you don't want to overburden yourself either. But if you are comfortable doing the amount of work that you're doing, then always feel free to continue doing whatever amount of work that is. Okay. Yeah. Whatever arguments that you have had in the past will one day end up being fulfilled, or not fulfilled. I shouldn't say fulfilled. These are wishes fulfilled. That's why my brain went sideways. Sorry about that. Whatever arguments you have had will one day end up resolving the way that you would wish that they were. Your wish will be fulfilled in terms of some kind of an argument resolving itself. But the one day part is important to that. Because it's going to come after a lot of usually people change, I will tell you, the second you leave them. People change the second you really leave them most of the time, for better or for worse. So the second that you emotionally and spiritually let go of that kind of a connection is the time when they're going to come a knocking. And it might not be the right time to even talk to them at that point, but eventually there will come a day where whatever gave you this trauma, you will be able to have a better relationship with it, I think, is what I'm getting. But right now it's a little bit too touchy. Like, you may even be having nightmares about this trauma as well. And I can leave Pete Walker's, if you have been through a serious trauma, I'll leave Pete Walker's thing in the description for this pile. Pete Walker is a marriage and family therapist, but he deals a lot with PTSD. So if you are having flashbacks and nightmares, that's a good thing to consider. Maybe looking into seeing if you have PTSD and doing some of the work from that PTSD. All on the side, he has a bunch of free resources available for you to use. So I will link you to that. A bunch of PDFs that you can save or print out or whatever you would like. And that should be helpful for you. But also recognize that you are moving into a period where you're going to be able to be doing a lot of internal work. This also represents the Hermit as well. You're going to be able to be doing a lot of internal work, and you are going to come out of it. I believe the lantern that the Hermit holds the light of the star as well, if I'm interpreting that correctly, but that's how I've always seen it. So even if it was just a false memory, it's still the way that I like to look at it. So the light of the hermit's lantern, which you don't see a lantern in this imagery, but there are, if you look up a regular picture of the hermit, you can see he's just an old man holding a hermit with like a cape and a cloak and everything like that. Or just a cloak. I don't know. It looks like a cloak probably. Cape or cloak, I wonder. Anyways, sorry, I had to make fun of myself there for a second. But you will be moving towards a period of like introspection and being able to work on yourself in such a way where you can truly like, I don't know, you can sort of regenerate your own hope, I'm hearing, at a certain point where you become the master. Yeah, and rebirth coming out right on top of that. You're going to be able to regenerate your own hope in a way. You're going to be able to actually get to the point where the fuel of that fire, and I'm going to close it out there, she said, alrighty. You're going to get to a point where you can start to regenerate that hope in such a way where you begin to seem like you are the master of all of these elements. And you have pretty much every element out on the board here. You begin to seem like you are the master of the light at that point, the master of the light and the darkness, because that is what would make up all the different other elements and stuff, right? So through all these rebirths and processes that you are going through, you are going to be beginning to see a rebirth of your passion, of the special interests that you prefer to follow, a rebirth of I really want to crack my knuckles right now. So like some hobbies, like hands-on hobbies that you used to have. I know we got dance probably for another pile, like maybe getting back into dancing, maybe getting back into all sorts of different things. And some of these things are going to bring you some excellent success as well. So you will be able to rest in that success and just kind of work on your own thing. One of my favorite cards in the Shadowscapes deck for the Nine of Pentacles has a young person sitting at a piano and just playing in a forest, and the piano is literally part of a tree that is growing as she's playing it. And I feel like you're going to have that kind of an experience in your life where you start to feel connected to Mother Nature, to Mother Earth, in a way where you constantly feel as if you have that grounded connection. You constantly feel as if you have all these elements around you in a way, and you can also have connections to those elements as well, with this star card representing, again, that light concept, and death representing the dark concept here. Just beautiful. And we even have the spiral in the center. Just your reading is truly phenomenal for all of the hardship that I felt in the beginning and all the pain. Like I literally had to go lay down. Like I was like, someone might be having some like chest pain or something along those lines. And I will put a note up. You'll probably have already seen the note about the heart attack thing. Like, just be warned if you are experiencing heart attack symptoms. I will write down in the beginning and make sure I do that. But big messages from Mother Nature are definitely let go, enjoy this process, because you are growing. You are sincerely growing. But do so gently. And do it gently so that you can enjoy it. And again, see the forest for the trees and the forest. But do that in because some of these revelations that you're going to be having, I'm hearing revelations that you're going to be having, are going to be, or the growth even like in your spiritual life. Some of these things can be very dangerous and painful. Like I'm definitely getting big feelings about when I used to have seizures back in the day. So I always have to recommend, make sure you're getting enough sleep, make sure you're eating enough, make sure you're doing all the things you need to do. I think that I'm okay personally because I know that I've managed everything as well as I possibly can. I might need a little bit more sleep. So I'm going to definitely try to take a nap after I record this reading and just relax for the rest of the day. Maybe get some dishes done. But that's the same energy that I want you to take towards this new beginning, this stuff that's starting out for you, where you're going to find a new beginning within your new beginning, and then another new beginning within that after a little bit more hard work. So enjoy this process, whatever it is for you. I hope that this was vague enough to be relevant to as many people as will find it, and also specific enough to actually give you some help. But the biggest messages are just beautiful things coming in for you. Hope, passion, fertility for those of you who are concerned about that kind of a thing with all the lush gardens. Stability, wealth, even says directly on the card. You are gaining a lot of these things. Happiness as well. So thank you so much for your time, pile number 4. If you would like a personal reading, I have that available in the description below. If you would like to subscribe, or if you would like to leave a like, that would be vastly appreciated. And if you just want to leave a comment, you can do so below. I accept suggestions for new readings. And if you can tell me how it helped in any way, I would be vastly appreciated as well. I would vastly appreciate it as well. It would be vastly appreciated as well. I got caught between those two sentences. But again, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate having you here with me. If you are someone from this pile, if you are really looking for more work on that trauma stuff, you may want to go back to one of my earlier readings, whichever one you feel called to, because I have done a lot of work on some of this kind of trauma stuff before. But also take a look at the description below for more concrete ways to just deal with it in the moment, rather than just getting advice from a tarot reader, obviously. So I wish you all of the best. Excuse my ring that is slowly fading away, but I do like this ring. I wear it a lot, so I wish you all the best. Take care, and I will see you again another time.